This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
Okay. I got a laugh on my face, not just because of the result, but because of the day that I had at Atco Field watching Valor FC take on the home team, Cavalry FC. It was fantastic, but I was so close to the field, and so close is what I mean, is that I could hear the players talking to each other. I could hear what was being said to each other from team to team, good, bad, or indifferent, and I won't say anybody, and I won't say what was said, but some of it, woof, it's beautiful. And it's not for kids, that's for sure. But that close, I had a fantastic time. I really did. Now, the game itself, got to say, you know, at half-time, Cavalry's leading 1-0 just to cut through the chase. But you got to say, Valor had chances and could have been in the lead. Why they weren't in the lead? Hey, and you know what? In those moments, if you can't execute, and that's the thing about this game, is if you don't execute in those moments, you don't get to win games. But anyway, it was a fantastic game. You're going to hear, after I stop talking, from Tommy Wilden Jr. and Phil De Santos, both coaches. And then you're going to hear from Daryl, Fordyce, and game winner Ali Musse. When you get to hear game winner Ali Musse talk, although all four guys bring something fantastic, and each time I've lined them up in the questioning are at the press conference after the game, I've gone from a different angle on all four. So it's not boring. You're going to have some fun with this, and you're going to see some real good football knowledge coming out of all four of these guys. But pay attention to all of them. But when I get to Ali Musse at the end, he's the final one I talk to. Ali Musse is the second question I ask him. Pay attention to that second question, because it's very, very much about the soul of the game. When you feel the ball, and you feel the ball, that's what that's all about. But anyway, it was a fantastic game. The end result is Cavalry FC go into the playoffs, and that's a weight-off for Tommy Wilden and the guys, no doubt about it. One game left still to play. And Phil De Santos and Valor FC unfortunately come up short, but as Phil explains in this, there's reasons for that. And this game is part of that. So have a good listen. You're going to enjoy this. And hey, it's getting real close to the playoffs, guys. And now we know the four. We just got to figure out how it finishes off. I mean, one's finished already, but there's three guys still fighting for 2, 3, and 4 to see what happens and who knocks on whose door and where it starts first. Yeah, I love the playoffs. It's not league football. Cup football is something different, and I think we're in for a great playoff season. The postseason for this year, I think, probably will probably be the best, because the four teams, they're not so far apart from each other. And I think on any day they can whoop each other's butts. But today it was 2-1 at Atco Field for Cavalry over Valor FC. I got to tell you, it was a fantastic day of football. One Soccer laid on a brilliant job as well. If you weren't there, if you didn't see it, you missed possibly one of the best games in the last couple of months of this league. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with this. Tommy Wilden's up right now. Enjoy it, and drop a comment down below and tell me what you think about the guys' comments, and tell me what you thought about the game if you watched it. Cheers, guys.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our post-match press conference following today's result between Cavalry FC and Valor FC. I'm joined by Cavalry FC head coach and general manager Tommy Wilden Jr. If you are joining us via Zoom, I please ask that you use the raise hand function if you'd like to ask a question, and that you remain muted at all times. I'll now open the floor to any questions for Tommy. Stephen, go ahead.
Tommy, first of all, massive congratulations
Thank you.
on completing the mission after 27 games. You've still got a game left. How does it feel as a coach to achieve that goal?
Well, we set out our goals at the start of the season. We had to get back into playoffs. No matter how you start the race, it's how you finish it that counts. We've topped the table and not picked up any silverware. Although the commissioner's just gone back and given us that, so let's not take away from that. We'll value that. But a playoff championship is a lot. So we just had to finish above the line. We knew that we had 3 bites of the cherry. It didn't work last week, but we knew that we wanted to take this one and not leave it to the last game of the season. Last game of the season is an absolute bonus for where we finish in the table.
Talking about that last game of the season, does it give you now the opportunity to perhaps possibly rest a couple without ruining that confidence and the flow we've got right now, and perhaps bring in a few squad players for that final game? Your thoughts?
I think I'll have clarity after I've had a nice drink on the patio with my wife tonight. I think that's the first port of call, and then I won't make any decisions while I'm emotional.
Finally, the wonder goal from Ali Musse. It must figure in this season as goal of the season, because it was an absolute wonderful strike to send you to the playoffs. Talk on that goal.
Yeah, he's got magic in him. We've seen it. I mean, I think he's hit the crossbar 2 or 3 times this season. He's got a wand of a left foot, and it's funny, I've worked with him for several years now. He loves the big game, and I think it's we're getting tired of having goal of the season contenders put on us. So it's nice now because of the moment it's in, right? We needed to win. He scored the winning goal, and the manner he did it was brilliant. And I'd even give Marco that credit for the big save at the end too to protect the win.
Hey guys.
I will now open the floor to any questions. Stephen, go ahead.
Coach, last few games, hello? Yeah, last few games towards this final phase, your team has brought some immaculate performances. You've really chased towards the playoffs and finally lost this final game. How gutted are you not to make it?
No, I don't think it was this game. I think that to come to a place like this and, fight the way we did and stay in the game and things I felt could have tipped in either side. And I think that when we look at the reason being and why we were here in this situation where we're playing for our lives, it's because there were opportunities for us to maybe secure points that we weren't able to secure previously. So I look back at home games that we lost points. I look back at after our 2 wins against Forge, going on the road for 3 games and starting with this one and even the game in Halifax and the game in New York and not being able to secure points in those away games. That's what hurt us. It's not just one game. I think that coming here is already hard enough. Having to come here and fight for your life. I think that it's you're playing with fire, and we've played with fire in the last few games. And today, again, the mentality of the group was fantastic. I think that I never questioned their integrity and their desire to come to places like these and win. And I think that if we had played like we played today with the same commitment and the same passion and the same fight in games that we didn't secure points on the road, we wouldn't be in this position right now.
Great first half. You're going in, a goal down. What did you say to the guys in the second half? Because you're correct. Your first half display was absolutely top draw. It was a 50-50 game. But what did you say at half time? Because there was a change in flow and you started to dominate very much in the first 15.
Yeah, until the goal and until that chance to do the 2-1. I'm not a raw guy. I just, I focused on the little things that we could have done better in the first half. I felt there was spaces for us to exploit and not getting enough runners and getting the second and third runner in behind the opposition. Keeping the lines a little bit higher, the team a little bit more connected. We were down at that point in time. We were down, and it's a season that you're playing. So I expected to see character from the guys. I expected to see a response. And that's what we asked the guys. We just asked them to clean up the game and the little things that we felt that needed to be cleaned up from the first half and just, give it an extra push, give it an extra life so that we could stay in this and go all the way to the end. And at the end of the day, when you fall fighting, you can't blame the guys. But again, like I said, it's not this one game. I think that we could and should have done the job earlier, and we played with fire, and that's why we're in a position where we played this game being a live or die type of game for us.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for being in the league. Great performance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Nice to talk to an Ulsterman. And I want to ask you, you touched on the parity in the league. Talk on that, because it was a very interesting statement that you made about the parity. Each game very tight. You've got to play everything to win every game. Talk on that, the parity.
Yeah, well, you look at a lot of teams, it's every away game you have is completely different. You come here, you get a beautiful grass pitch. I mean, you go to some places and it's bouncy turf pitches, smaller pitches, bigger pitches. It's your tactics change every single game. You know, and there's quality players, quality teams throughout the league, and it's growing every single year. You can see the players that's coming into the league, the younger players coming through, getting better each year. We have a number of them for sure. We've seen the progress in them. But yeah, it's growing every single year, and it's great to see. And you know, you just look around the league and see some of the goals that's been scored. You know, I'm sure you've seen one last week here for the overhead kick, and you've seen another one today. And all over the league, the standard is getting higher and higher, and it's beautiful to watch. You know,
Coming from a different part of the world, how easy is it to get into the CPL? How different is the style here as opposed to what you were raised around?
well, I've been in Canada since 2013. I was with FC Edmonton when we were in the NASL. And the style was a little bit different in the NASL. But again, coming from Ireland, you know, we kick a lot. We're always in your face, and the referees let you away with a few tackles that you might not get away with here. But as I'm saying, like, there's some players here that can go over to Europe and make it no problem. You know, you go to Ireland, then you go to England, it's another level, Scotland, and then even further afield to Belgium, Germany, France, you know. But here the standard is getting better and better. You know, I can witness it, I see it every single day. I'm playing with players every single day. And that's the whole aim is to grow, keep getting it better and better and better. And hopefully in 10 years' time, we're producing not just one or two top class players to play in Champions Leagues. We're producing 10, 15, 20, and that's what the country needs.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Perfect. I'll now open the floor for any questions. Stephen, go ahead.
Steve Abdaal, Ultimate Soccer. Ali, a few months ago, we talked about, do you have a quick brain or do you have quick feet? I'm struggling to think, was it quick feet, quick brain? But that goal is a wonder goal. Talk me through the goal. Was it quick feet or was it a quick brain?
A bit of both, I would say. Just got the cross from Roberto. I was just in a pocket of space on top of the box, and I didn't really think. Well, my thoughts were very quick, but I didn't think too much. I just took a touch, and then I saw the gap, and I just struck the ball.
When you struck it, they say when you strike a sweet shot, you know it's in.
Yeah.
When you hit it, did you know that it was in?
Yeah, as soon as I connected, I felt there was a great connection and exactly where I wanted it to go. So,
for those that you pinged off the crossbar, this one tastes even sweeter, right?
Much sweeter.
Yeah.
Much sweeter, yeah, much sweeter.
Great play, great goal. Congratulations on getting into the playoffs.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
The Ultimate Soccer Show. Join me, listen, you'll love it. Everybody does.